The silence can be deafening, can't it? A quiet that pushes on your chest until it aches. You're surrounded by faces, yet feel unseen, scrolling through lives that look full while you feel hollow. The room buzzes, but none of it knows your name. You whisper, "God, why do I feel so alone?" Maybe you've prayed, maybe you've yelled into a pillow, and still the echo returns. It seems like heaven went still, like even your faith is tired of knocking. But what if this quiet isn't abandonment? What if it's invitation, an empty chair he set for you? What if the ache is a doorway, not a verdict? In crowds, you miss the whisper. In solitude, the whisper becomes thunder. Stay with me here for a moment. Notice your breath. Name the ache without decorating it. You are not invisible. You are being addressed. Even now, in this small room, presence has not moved an inch. If loneliness has a language, tonight we will learn to hear it and answer back. We will trace where the echo begins and meet God there. You didn't invent this feeling. Our world trains it. 10,000 images a day and not one hand on your shoulder. Constant connection, little communion. We curate a version of ourselves for approval and wonder why no one knows the unedited us. Past hurts teach you to armor up. Armor keeps arrows out and embraces too. You avoid being a burden, then starve for being known. Here's a needed distinction. Being alone is a location. Loneliness is a story your mind tells about that location. Alone can restore. Lonely whispers you don't belong. Both can happen in a crowded room. Sometimes what you call loneliness is a fast from noise your soul didn't choose. Sometimes it's grief or betrayal or a season changing before you were ready. And there is a deeper ache under the human one. You were made to be with God. When that bond feels faint, every other thread feels thin. Naming that ache isn't weakness. It is the first door opening. Loneliness doesn't mean absence. It often means awareness. When the noise fades, what's left is what's real. And that can be terrifying. You reach out for God and it feels like reaching into fog. But even fog is made of water, and water sustains life. You may not see him clearly, but he's here, shaping the air around your emptiness. In Scripture, silence was never the sign of his departure. It was the space before revelation. Elijah didn't find God in the fire or the quake, but in the whisper that followed. Maybe that's what you're standing in now, the whisper. Solitude, though heavy, can become a meeting place when you stop running from it. This is where faith stops being theory and becomes heartbeat. Sit with the stillness long enough and you'll sense it. Peace rising, almost shy from underneath the ache. It's not new. It's been there, waiting for you to quiet down enough to notice. You are not alone. You are surrounded by unseen nearness. Here is how you bridge isolation into connection. Begin with one honest check-in each day. Name what you feel, where you feel it, and one small need. Breathe it to God in a single sentence. Then take one outward step that matches that need. If you need comfort, make tea and text one trusted person. No advice, just presence. If you need courage, pick the smallest unfinished task and complete it. If you need perspective, step outside, walk until your shoulders drop, and thank him for 3 ordinary mercies. Build a rhythm. Scripture before scroll, people before performance, prayer before panic. Join a table you can touch, a small group, a service team, two friends who share a meal. Show up weekly, even awkward. Speak briefly and listen long. Loneliness shrinks when the real you has real places to live. Keep a list titled, Ways I Was Met Today. Read it at night. For the hour that aches most, set a reminder titled, God is here, and meet it with stillness. The ache still lingers, doesn't it? Even when you do all the right things, pray, serve, reach out, some nights still echo. That's okay. Healing is not the absence of ache. It's learning what the ache is teaching. You are being rewired for depth, not performance. God hides in ordinary spaces because He wants you to find Him in living, not just worshipping. He's the quiet hum behind every breath, the steady pulse beneath your worry. Every time you choose presence over distraction, you draw closer to Him. Every moment you resist numbing the pain, heaven takes note. You're learning to see with new eyes, to notice Him in the way light spills across your floor, in laughter you didn't force, in the relief of being honest for once. These small recognitions are not small. They are the architecture of belonging. You don't rebuild connection in one prayer. You build it heartbeat by heartbeat, truth by truth. Stay awake to that rhythm. Even silence sings if you listen long enough. You've mistaken loneliness for abandonment, but they aren't the same. Abandonment says, you're not worth staying for. Loneliness says, something holy is shifting. Make room. There's a difference between being left and being led apart. Wilderness is not exile, it's education. The desert is where prophets heard clearest because distractions died first. Maybe that's why you're here, on sacred ground disguised as emptiness. When you whisper, God, where are you? I answer, closer than your question. I have never left a child mid-story, never skipped a chapter, never stopped writing redemption. You confuse silence with distance because you've forgotten the sound of my still voice. Return to it. Let quiet rebuild your hearing. Let tears translate what words can't. Let waiting become worship. You are not unseen. You are being studied by love. Find me where you thought nothing remained, in the middle of the ache, turning it into home. Which small connection will you practice tonight?